Hey, it's Cosmic Charles, and I'm back with another Temur Cascade video. So I'm pretty happy because I managed to get in both the crop rotation and the lightning bolt into the 75. And that means I'm running 41 full art borderless cards now, so that's pretty sweet. And the reason why I'm doing this, beyond just the simple art choices, because I really like the art on crop and bolt, is because crop's actually probably what you want for a third piece of grave hate. It pairs so well with Barrow Downs that I think it's definitely worth running over like a relic or a third copy of Barrow Downs. Yeah, so that's why crop's there. It makes my post board strategy against like Ultratron or various Graveyard Trons or Cycle Storm, Mogwarts pretty strong, I think, because I also have this Growth Spiral, which means that I have two ways of casting this Barrow Downs at instant speed, or not casting, putting the Barrow Downs from a hand into play. So that's pretty sweet. And the Lightning Bolt is actually here instead of the, it's kind of like the 16th sideboard card that can be main decked. I know the Worm is pretty good. It fulfills two rules. It both excels you, and it is a good Cascade target because it casts 5. So it's a 5-drop, and it's also an accelerant. But I really wanted the Lightning Bolt in here. There's nothing wrong with, having a main deck Lightning Bolt. Like, I don't think anyone's going to say, oh, you have a Lightning Bolt in your, Temur deck. It's fine. And, yeah, so it's going to stay in there unless it performs poorly, but I don't think it will. And, yeah, I think that's pretty much... Oh, yes, I also put in Seal of Primordium over the Deglamour for the very simple reason. It's much better to cascade into. You can also play it and then tap out, so that helps with the general overall strategy of your deck. And it also gets around the sideboard cards that Glitters has for you. Usually that's just going to be like a Turn Aside or a Dispel. Alright, that's the deck, and let's check out... Oh, that's right, so I'm only going to do one match this league. Well, it's my only match of this league. I'm probably not going to get a chance to play any more Magic today, so I figured since I actually had some, I would show what I had for this build of the deck, which right now is just one match. I did play 2 other matches today just to finish out my old league which had a different build, and it performed pretty well there as well. I did lose against this one Izzet player, but I was kind of disrespecting them. I was just, comboing off in their face and doing all this stuff. And of course, they had interaction. So, I mean, I kind of got blown out by that. But, yeah, so the current league, I'm 1-0 in. So let's check that. And that was against, what is it? What is it called? You know what? Okay, and we're here for the first game of the match. So this is from my current league. I am I won this one, so I'm 1-0. Like I said earlier, I don't think I'll have time to play another one today. So hope you enjoy. All right. And I can't really keep that. There's no accelerant. I keep this. There's no accelerant here either, but it's a much better base of lands, and I don't want... Well, it has a snap plus the Karoo land, so that alone is kind of a piece of accelerant, but it has everything else I need. I'm just looking for some ramp here, and they get in for 1. It looks like we're against UB Fae, and there's a Growth Spiral, so that's nice. That helps me out here. And so what I'm looking to do here is I want to snap back that Fairy Seer so I can ramp to one of my 5-drops. And I'm actually secretly hoping they go for Spell Stutter Sprite because I have this second snap. And I go snap on their Seer, and they go Spell Stutter Sprite. And I snap that back to their hand. And I'll likely cast this Avenging Hunter here. I'm not going to cast the Muldrifter because they have an empty board. And so I want to, get in while the getting's good. And I grab the Mountains to help cast for that boarding party eventually. I'm still 1 land short because I only have 3 lands in the battlefield right now, but one of them is a Karoo land, so that's 5 mana on board. But this does let me, I always like to go down this route, almost regardless, because it's just gets to trap, which is pretty nice. Like, I know I used to run, and there I resolved the Muldrifter as a blocker. I used to run, what's it called, that Miracle card. Thunderous Wrath, because I had the Brainstorm as well, but it was too clunky. and they go Preordain. Yeah, I really like this mountain in here. And I draw an untapped land, so that lets me just cast the Sporting Party. And I get in. I still have these 2 Brainstorms. Hopefully I can brainstorm into another Cascade creature and let me like cast this Avenging Hunter for free. And they're down to 5. And they go Gurmag Angler. So that'll trade with my boarding party right now. But this goes to Forge, so it becomes a 7/7. So that card is, I'm currently stonewalled, but I did manage to brainstorm into an Altasaur, so I can tuck away one of those lands and cast a free Avenging Hunter. And now I'm walled up. So next turn I get the Throne of the Dead 3. I don't know what I would do if they swung with the Gurmag Angler. Probably take it, then swing out. And then I'd like to get the boarding party here, because I'm feeling a little stronger than perhaps I should. I think I should have just been the Mull Drifter, because a 5/5 in the air that draws you 2 cards is way easier than swinging through with a 9/6 on the ground. Little bit of a misplay there. And as you can see, that Brainstorm just drew lands, so at least I get rid of some of those lands. And they block with a Fairy Seer. But it's still alright, because I do have the initiative and I'm pretty far ahead on board, and I figure I can just abyss them with this boarding party. And right now what I'm working towards is getting the +1 counters on the other boarding party, so I have 2 cards I can swing through, just kind of like grinding my way through here. That Mull Drifter was pretty huge, lets me ramp out. I probably should have left some more green floating. I'm not sure of how I tapped there at the beginning, because maybe I could have cast this other copy of Explore. And I just wait here. Next turn I'm probably going to swing with both my boarding parties, because I haven't really shown any removal for some reason. I guess they're just holding on to it until I make a move. I forge onto my boarding party, and I get through. And they are at 5, so like they're dead next turn. It's another reason for like being defensive. I go Explore, and that's a Lightning Bolt, which I actually like a lot more than the Worm here, because, you know, that's the thing about running cards like Bolt. It's like not a bad card to like, so it's going to be pretty useful. It's really easy to be good. And they counterspell my Avenging Hunter and concede. Alright, on to game 2. Alright, back for game 2. Let's check out that sideboard. So, here you get to see one of the reasons why I really like Barrow Downs in the sideboard. It's just so easy to board in against a deck that just kind of like touches the graveyard, like UB Fae. I can just board out the Crystal Grotto for a Barrow Downs, just have, you know, something there. Because it's almost free to do this. I also took out 3 Snaps for 3 Pyro. Snaps, you know, all right here, because, you know, they do have Gurmag Angler, but Barrow Downs kind of helps with that a bit. Yeah, all right, let's check it out. That is a very good hand, so I keep that, and they go Preordain. I can go Arboreal Grazer into Simic Growth Chamber, and I have that, and that Ash Barrens is pretty nice. That gives me access to Pyro. And they go Scry 2 and Island. So I considered crop rotation here, but this actually lets me hit double land drops. Unfortunately, I miss off the Explorer, because I'm not going to play this Ash Barrens. They go Snuff Out and they get in. So it was kind of would have been better just to go Explore, cycle Ash Barrens for Mountain, I think. But then again, they may not have Ninja of the Deep Dark had I done that. So this may have panned out here, because they are tapped out. I get to Explore, Excel again, Pyro, and then Brainstorm, and set up my next turn to go Annoyed Altasaur into Boarding Party, because I put a Forest on top. They take the Monarchy. And here I do decide that I'm going to like swing through their Thorn. I just want to get the board clear. Yes, it plays into Edict somewhat, but you know, you just make them have it is kind of what I'm going for here. I have so much card draw and like beef coming through. And just tons of mana. I have like 9 mana right now. And they draw a card. And that's another boarding party. That's sweet. And I hit a Mull Drifter. That's pretty lucky. And they don't counter that, so that makes me think that they don't actually have counter. And I swing through. They need 2 removal spells here, I think. or one, I guess, but I still get their Fairy Seer, which is nice. Because now they need to deal with this Muldrifter too. They go Murmuring Mystic. I take this opportunity to Growth Spiral. I debated Brainstorm, but that gets hit by a Spell Starter Sprite. And they draw another card. That's another boarding party. I decide to attack first here because I don't want to give them a bird. And they take it. I go Brainstorm, and I decide to, well, I guess I assume they just don't have anything here. So I decide just to go Brainstorm into Annoyed Allosaur boarding party. Unless they did have a Spell Starter Sprite, then I resolve one of my other huge threats. But it looks like they just had absolutely nothing. And that lets me just kind of go off here a little bit. I don't know how many land drops I made that turn, but I think it was a fair bit. And they go Luring Revealed, so I take this opportunity to Pyro them because I drew the Pyro off the Monarchy. Alright, and that was the first match of my current league. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that one. Yeah, and hopefully I'll get some time to play again. Alright, see you around.